I would rather go and stand in front of a 2,000 people audience and do stand-up for 2 hours than do what I'm about to do for 4 minutes.
I can't do any more than I have, so I'm proud of what I've done, and let's have it, let's do it.
That's the scariest thing. It's not knowing the answer, it's knowing the answer and not being able to get it out of your mouth.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, que sera, sera.
4 celebrities who hope they know everything there is to know about their specialist subject. Who will be crowned tonight's Celebrity Mastermind? First in the spotlight tonight is the comedian Fred MacAuley. He's answering questions on Porridge, the telly version, that is. Next, the novelist Mark Billingham, his specialist subject, Elvis Costello. The actress Georgia Henshaw will be answering questions on the television series Sherlock, and Brian Aldridge, otherwise known as Charles Collingwood, and his subject, Hampshire County Cricket Club. I'm John Humphreys, and welcome to Celebrity Mastermind. Now, this is the ultimate test of what they think they know, what they should know, and what they actually do know. It's not always the same by any means, but the rules are unchanging. 1 round of questions on their specialist subject and 1 on general knowledge. And the prize, a rather nice trophy, and the honour, the huge honour of holding the title Celebrity Mastermind Champion. So let's ask our first contender to join us, please. And your name is?
Fred MacAuley.
Your chosen charity?
Is Diabetes UK Scotland.
And your chosen subject?
Porridge.
Porridge, in 90 seconds. Here we go. Porridge was a BBC sitcom set in Slade Prison that ran for 3 series between 74 and 77. Which duo wrote the series?
Ian Lafreniere and Dick Clement.
Correct. Which actor, who also appeared with Ronnie Barker in Open All Hours, plays Blanco in the series?
David Jason.
Yep. During his medical examination in New Faces, Old Hands, the doctor points to a glass on the table and tells Fletcher to fill one for me. What does Fletcher reply?
From here?
Quite. In the episode Heartbreak Hotel, Godber asks Fletcher for a share of his soft toilet paper as a reward for darning his socks. How much does Fletcher give him?
1 sheet.
Yes, he's all heart. Which Paisley-born actor had the same surname as the character he played in the series?
McLaren?
No, Mackay. When Fletcher sneaks off to the pub in the episode A Day Out, what flavour crisps does he bring back for the rest of the work party?
Cheese and onion.
Yes, in Heartbreak Hotel, Mr Mackay says that Fletcher's wife has probably told his friends that he's away on a 5-year safari. What does Fletcher say she tells them he's doing?
A missionary work in Scotland.
That's it. At the start of the episode, Pardon Me, Fletcher and Blanco have been playing a game for 4 days, and Mr Barraclough says they're cheating each other into a stalemate. Which game?
Monopoly.
Yep. Mr Wainwright is assigned to Slade Prison as a replacement for Mr Mackay in the episode Disturbing the Peace. He says he had previously met Fletcher in which other prison?
Brixton?
Yep. What does Harris steal from Justice Rawley that resulted in him being tried by a kangaroo court in the episode Rough Justice?
His watch. Yes.
What subject is Godber studying at O-level in the episode A Test of Character?
History.
Yes. In the episode No Peace for the Wicked, Blanco brings a wooden toy to Fletcher's cell that he says has taken him almost 15 years to make. It is a model of which television character?
It's Muffin the Mule.
It is absolutely Muffin the Mule. No passes, Fred. You've got 11 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Mark Billingham.
Your chosen charity?
The Connection at St Martin's.
And your chosen subject?
Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello in 90 seconds. What was the name of Costello's backing band consisting of Bruce Thomas, Steve Neve and Pete Thomas?
The Attractions.
Yep. Costello signed with the UK record label, which released his first hit single, Watching the Detectives, in 1977. What's the name of the label?
Stiff Records.
Yes. In 93, Costello released an album with the Brodsky Quartet. What was its title?
The Juliet Letters.
Yes. Costello went to Nashville in 81 to record the country and western covers album All Almost Blue with which producer?
Billy Sherrill.
Yes, which single taken from the Armed Forces album reached #2 in the UK charts in 1979?
Oliver's Army.
Yes, the song Shipbuilding from his 1983 album Punch the Clock featured a trumpet solo. Which jazz musician performed it?
Chet Baker.
He did. Veronica from the album Spike reached the top 20 of the American singles charts in 1989. Who was the co-writer of the song with
Paul
Costello?
McCartney.
Is correct. What is the title of the first single released under the name Elvis Costello? In 77, it was about the fascist Oswald Mosley.
Less Than Zero.
Correct. Costello collaborated with a legendary songwriter on the 98 album Painted from Memory. Who was he?
Burt Bacharach.
Yes, in 1999, Costello had his first UK top 20 hit single for over a decade with a song from the soundtrack of the film Notting Hill. What was its title?
She.
Yes, in 95, Costello was the artistic director of a festival at the South Bank Centre. What was the name of the
Meltdown.
festival? It was. In 92, Costello and Richard Harvey won a BAFTA for original television music for which series written by Alan Bleasdale?
GBH.
Yes. What was the name of the backing band with whom Costello released the 2004 album The Delivery Man? Quick guess.
The Confederates.
It was the Imposters. Otherwise, you'd have had a full house. But as it is, you had a modest, he joked, 12 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Georgia Henshaw.
Your chosen charity?
Sex Eruption.
And your chosen subject?
Sherlock.
Sherlock, in 90 seconds. The actor who plays Sherlock's older brother, Mycroft, co-created the series with the writer Stephen Moffat. What's his name?
Mark Gatiss.
Yes. What musical instrument does Sherlock play to help him think?
The violin.
Yes. In The Blind Banker, what is the name of the Chinese criminal organisation whose members have a tattoo on the sole of one of their feet?
The Black Lotus.
Yes. What false name and identity does Moriarty invent to convince the public he's an actor paid by Sherlock to set up false crimes for him to solve?
Richard Brooke.
Correct. In A Scandal in Belgravia, Flight 007 never takes off because the project is cancelled. Which American city is supposed to have been its destination?
Pass.
What is the name of the actress who plays Mrs. Hudson, the housekeeper at 221B Baker Street?
Una Stubbs.
Yes, in The Hounds of Baskerville, what local landmark is said to be the lair of the fearsome giant dog?
Dewar's Hollow.
Correct. In The Blind Banker, Sherlock finds the antique smugglers after unlocking the cipher using what common book?
The London A to Z.
Yes, Sherlock is given the nickname Hero of Reichenbach because he helped to recover a stolen painting of the falls by which artist?
Pass.
In A Scandal in Belgravia, Sherlock is taken to Buckingham Palace wearing only what item? Mycroft eventually persuades him to put on his clothes.
A sheet.
Yeah, a bed sheet. The climactic struggle between Sherlock and Moriarty takes place on the rooftop of a London building from which Sherlock apparently falls to his death. Which building?
St Bartholomew's Hospital.
It was. A genetically modified rabbit owned by the daughter of the Baskerville scientist Dr. Stapleton had begun to glow in the dark before it disappeared. What was its name?
Bluebell.
Bluebell is exactly right. You had two passes. The artist was J.M.W. Turner, and the town to which Flight 007 would have gone, but never did, was Baltimore. You've got, Georgia, 10 points. And our final contender, please. And your name is?
Charles Collingwood.
Your chosen charity?
The Arundel Castle Cricket Foundation.
And your chosen subject?
Hampshire County Cricket Club, 1988 to 2013.
Hampshire Cricket Club, here we go. In September 2013, Hampshire celebrated which anniversary of the club's foundation?
The 150th.
Yes, the final county championship match at Northlands Road before Hampshire moved to the Rose Bowl was in what year?
2000.
Yep. Mark Nicholas missed the 91 NatWest Trophy final against Surrey because his finger had been broken in a county championship match against the same opponent 2 days earlier. Who captained Hampshire to victory at Lord's in his absence?
David Gower.
Yes. Which great Australian Test cricketer joined Hampshire at the start of the 2000 season?
Shane Warne.
Correct. After Kevin Peterson made his England Test debut in July 2005, how many county championship matches did he appear in for Hampshire before joining Surrey in 2010?
2.
1. Who replaced Brian Ford as chairman of the club in 2000?
Rod Bransgrove.
Correct. In 2011, the county hosted its first Test match when England played which country at the Rose Bowl?
Sri Lanka.
Yes. In 2005, who became the club's first Hampshire-born player to appear in a Test match for England for more than 100 years?
Sean Udall.
Yes, in their first Lord's final, Hampshire won the 1988 B&H Cup final. Who was batting with Captain Mark Nicholas when the winning run was scored?
Robin Smith.
It was David Turner, who succeeded Bobby Parks as Hampshire's first-choice wicketkeeper in 1990 and held the position until he retired in 2002 and Nick Popas took over.
A pass.
In 1991, who retired after topping Hampshire's first-class batting averages? His brother also played for Hampshire and England.
Chris Smith.
Yes, in 2005, Hampshire were runners-up in the county championship. Which team finished ahead of them?
Yorkshire.
Nottinghamshire. You had just the one pass. The chap who succeeded Bobby Parks as Hampshire's first-choice wicketkeeper was Adrian Ames. Charles, you've got 8 points. Well, some very high scores there. Let's have a look at all of the scores. In fourth place, 8 points, Charles Collingwood. In third place, 10 points, Georgia Henshaw. Second place, 11 points, Fred MacAuley. In the lead, 12 points, Mark Billingham. And now it is the general knowledge round, and if the scores are level at the end of the round, then the person with the fewer passes is the winner. So let us get on with it and ask Charles to join us again, please. And there is no way that we can get through this little chat without my referring to your 40 years as Brian Aldridge.
No, I mean, it's just... it has been wonderful being the JR of Ambridge for all the time.
I've never seen you in that light.
Yeah, that's the sort of quick phrase I get for that. Yeah.
But you occasionally go a bit soft, don't you? I mean, you did with the little boy, you know, I mean...
Yes. Well, I mean, to be serious, as an actor, it's a strange thing to do, to be in a soap opera like The Archers for as long as I have, but I've been given some fantastic storylines.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'd clear off if you didn't, wouldn't you?
I might. And there's always a check, of course, John. You know, we do.
Yeah,
we do quite like it. But you know, I love it. And my wife's in The Archers as well. She plays Shula, so we're a double act, you see. So it couldn't be better.
Is that a bit tricky having your wife there as well?
Well, she's the only woman in the Ambridge that I've not had an affair with. But, but apart from that, I don't hold any bitterness towards the programme whatsoever.
Right. Well, here's to the next 40 years, but more importantly, the next 2 minutes.
OK.
Because you've got 8 points, and you get 2 minutes on general knowledge. Here we go. What is the shape of the steel and glass structure designed by the Chinese-American artist I.M. Pei that stands in front of the Louvre in Paris?
A sphere.
Pyramid. The word equine usually refers to what animal?
Horse.
Yes. Which city, the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad, is the holiest of Muslim cities?
Mecca.
Yes. Who became the first father-daughter duo to top the UK singles chart when they sang Something Stupid in 1967?
What, Frank Sinatra and his daughter?
Yes, Nancy. In a novel by James Fenimore Cooper, the Native American Uncas, son of the chief Chingachgook, is the last true-born member of what tribe?
Sioux.
The Mohicans. Hoylake, the home of the Royal Liverpool Golf Club, is on which peninsula?
No idea.
What is the name of the American Oscar-winning writer, director and actor who has directed at least one film a year since 1982? His latest film, Blue Jasmine, was released in Britain in September 2013.
Don't know. Pass.
Which brightly coloured bird, known poetically as the halcyon, hunts for small fish from a perch on the riverbank and stuns its prey by beating it?
Kingfisher.
Yes. In Chinese cuisine, which dish, consisting of fried noodles served with shredded meat and vegetables, has a name meaning fried flour or fried noodles?
Chow mein?
Yeah. Who succeeded Patrick Troughton in Doctor Who, becoming the third Doctor? He later starred in another television series as the Scarecrow Wurzel Gummidge.
John Pertwee.
Correct. In 1972, which American swimmer became the first person to win 7 Olympic gold medals at a single Games?
Mark Spitz.
Yep. In which sea are the islands of St. Lucia and St. Vincent?
Pass.
Who claimed the English throne after defeating the army of Harold II at the Battle of Hastings in 1066?
Stephen.
William the Conqueror. And what game invented by A.A. Milne and played by the animals on a bridge by the 100-acre wood are the World Championships held at Little Whittenham on the River Thames?
Poo sticky.
Yes, the alloy brass consists mainly of copper and which other metal?
Tin.
Zinc. In Russia in August 1918, whom did Fania Kaplan try to murder because she believed he had betrayed the revolution?
Solzhenitsyn?
It was Lenin, actually.
Lenin.
Yeah, Lenin. And you had 3 passes, St. Lucia and St. Vincent Vincent are in the Caribbean. Woody Allen was the director. And the home of the Royal Liverpool Golf Club is on the Wirral, Hoylake on the Wirral. Charles, you've now got 16 points.
Whoa.
And now, Georgia, again, please. And for some reason, I can't quite put my finger on it, but you play young teenagers who get up to all sorts of naughty things.
Waterloo Road?
Yes.
Yes.
Waterloo Road.
I look no older than 12, yeah.
Well, 13 maybe.
13,
but,
yeah.
but is it a huge advantage to be able to look much younger than you are? Or
I
is it
imagine
sometimes
so.
a bit of a pain?
No, I think it's an advantage to look younger than I am because there's stiff competition. If I was to look my age, there are some real great actresses out there. I really did enjoy Waterloo Road. It was like being back in school, but without the boring education. Wrong show to say this on, wasn't it?
On the contrary, on the contrary. Was it really? I mean, did it really feel realistic when you were...
Totally. You had all the kids, you had all the adults, you've got the pupils and you've got the teachers. But yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Right, look, you've got 10 points, Georgia. The score to beat is 16 at the moment. Let's see how you do with your 2 minutes of general knowledge.
OK.
The name Brangelina is used by the press to refer to Angelina Jolie and...
Brad Pitt.
Yes, which famous Parisian boulevard links the Arc de Triomphe with the Place de la Concorde?
Marble Arch.
Champs-Élysées. What part of their body do elephants use to regulate body heat? They're largest on the African elephant.
There he is.
Yes. What are the two ingredients that give a banoffee pie its name?
Banoffee and toffee.
Banana and toffee. Which offbeat BBC television comedy series set in the village of Royston Vasey has a burger bar called Burger Me, Steve's tattoo studio and a shop owned by the dubious butcher Hilary Briss?
Coronation Street.
League of Gentlemen. Which Queen of England was born at Greenwich Palace on the 7th of September 1533 and died at Richmond Palace on the 24th of March 1603?
Anne Boleyn.
Elizabeth I. What term for a piece of information that is deliberately misleading comes from a highly smoked fish that was used in the training of hunting dogs to try and throw them off the scent?
A kipper.
A red herring. What is the name of the ghost who haunts the girls' washroom at Hogwarts School in the Harry Potter stories?
Moaning Myrtle.
Yes. Which band had their first chart-topping single for 10 years with Patience after they reformed in 2006?
Take That.
Yep. What was written on the eco-friendly cotton bags designed by Anya Hindmarsh that became a popular fashion accessory after they went on sale for £5 at a supermarket chain in 2007?
Bag for Life.
I'm Not a Plastic Bag. Which Lloyd Webber musical, first staged in 1971, is narrated by Judas Iscariot?
Oh, Phantom of the Opera.
Jesus Christ Superstar. What is the name of the Olympic heptathlete who married her longtime partner, Andy Hill, at a church service in Hathersage near Sheffield in May 2013?
Pass.
Which disease-carrying insect takes its name from the Spanish word for little fly?
Mosquito.
Yes, who is the long-standing co-presenter with Phil Spencer on the property programme Location, Location, Location?
Kirsty Aldridge.
You nearly got it. Nearly.
Allsup.
Yes, just a teeny-weeny bit too late. One past the name of that Olympic heptathlete who got married, Jessica Ennis. You have 15 points.
Thank you so much.
Now, Fred. Fred MacAuley.
Yes, sir.
Comedian.
Yes, indeed.
And other things.
Radio broadcaster.
Radio broadcaster. Well, that'll never catch on, will it? No. Which do you prefer?
Comedian, definitely. First and foremost.
You must occasionally, all comedians must occasionally look at themselves and ask themselves, what have I got?
What have I got? I mean,
The thing that if you bottled it, we could all be comedians.
Yeah, but it is an unknown factor. I mean, it's down to material, stage presence, a likability. People have said that. You know, people like you on stage. Not that all comedians have to be liked. I mean, some of them, you know, are saying things on stage that are the things that other people daren't say.
Somebody like Billy Connolly was like that in the early days. I mean, he's still pretty cutting edge, or whatever the right word is, but...
He is. I mean, Connolly's been a huge influence, certainly in my career, but on an awful lot of other people as well, because he kind of blazed the trail. You know, he was doing stuff, thinking just off the top of his head long before, you know, that was in the day when you had a lot of joke tellers, and then you had Connolly came along and was doing something different in our country.
That is the thing, isn't it? Because Ken Dodd, brilliant, told jokes.
Yep.
That's what he did.
He did. And he also sang songs.
And sang all that stuff, yeah.
Sing-along stuff with the audience. I went to
Yep.
see Ken Dodd once and had to leave halfway through. I could only stay 2.5 hours. He's amazing.
Yes, indeed. Right, you've got 11 points, and 16 is the score to beat. Let's see how you do with your general knowledge. 2 minutes. In which Welsh city does the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency have its headquarters?
Swansea.
Yeah, Paul Simon had a number of successful albums, including Bridge Over Troubled Water, with the singer he met while he was at school in New York. What was that singer's name?
Art Garfunkel.
Indeed. Jack Hodgson, played by David Cage, replaced Tom Ward's character Harry Cunningham as a forensic pathologist in the 16th season of which BBC television series?
Pass.
The batsmen Clyde Walcott, Everton Weekes and Frank Worrell, known collectively as the Three Ws, played cricket for which international test team?
England.
West Indies. Which American painter, famous for pouring or dripping paint onto a flat canvas, was nicknamed Jack the Dripper by Time magazine in '56?
Pollock.
Yep. Who won a 7th term in office in Zimbabwe in August 2013? He was accused of rigging the election.
Robert Mugabe.
Yes. What's the name of the apple brandy matured in oak casks that is a speciality of the Normandy region of France?
Pass.
In the 1972 film The Godfather, the murdered mafia enforcer Luca Brasi is said to be sleeping with...
The Fishes.
Yes. The holder of which government post has the official address 11 Downing Street?
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Yes. What is the largest penguin species? The males incubate the eggs by placing them on the top of their feet and covering them with a fold of feathered skin to protect them.
Emperor.
Yep. What celebrated ancient temple in Athens has a name that translates into English as Maiden's Chamber?
Acropolis.
Parthenon. The silver fern leaf is an emblem of a Commonwealth country where it's worn on the shirts of the national rugby team. Which country?
New Zealand.
Yes. Jane Porter, the daughter of Professor Archimedes Q. Porter, is the girlfriend and eventual wife of a fictional hero created by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Who's the hero?
Oh, crikey. That's shocking. Pass.
Which gas with the chemical formula HCHO may be dissolved in water and used to preserve biological specimens?
Hydrogen peroxide.
Formaldehyde.
No!
What name of Latin origin is given to the small flat piece of metal or plastic used to pluck a stringed instrument such as a guitar?
Plectrum.
Yes. Which filmmaker and restaurant critic who died in January 2013 was best known for his Death Wish films?
That was Winner.
It was indeed Michael Winner. 3 passes. Tarzan was the hero you were desperately trying to recover from your memory. Calvados is the apple brandy. And Silent Witness was what Jack Hodgson played in its 16th season. There you go, Fred. You've got 21 points.
Okay.
And finally, Mark again, please. And you've written a lot of crime novels. In the same genre, I mean, same DI, same detective inspector.
Yes.
Do you not run out of plot lines? Because you've got the same character, you've got the same location. I mean, do you not just kind of think, God, they've all been done now? Not necessarily just by you, but by all the other crime writers out there.
Oh, yeah, by the ones that came centuries before me.
Yeah.
Something tends to always turn up. You know, it's the question you get asked most is, where do you get your ideas from?
Sure.
And, you
Sorry
know,
to be predictable.
No, but it's, you know, I wish there was a website, you know, you could go to. But some little story in a newspaper or something somebody tells you. They always want to tell you stuff if they know you write crime novels. They go, oh, do you hear what happened to old Mrs. Johnson up at number 46?
No.
And you hear these terrible stories, and half of you's going, that's awful. But a part of your brain's going, I'm having that. Something tends to crop up, yeah.
When you've got the plot,
Yeah.
as you write your first sentence, do you know how it's going to end?
Not immediately, but that first sentence is absolutely crucial. You can spend as long on that first sentence as you can on, you know, the middle 12 chapters. You've got to engage the reader very quickly. I mean, it's about character. Of
course.
It's really about, people ask you how you create suspense, and it's all about, you know, cliffhangers and timing and reveals, but at the end of the day, it's about giving the reader characters they care about. Then you've got suspense from first page.
Right. Well, you've got 12 points to start this round with, well, the final round, because whether you become Celebrity Mastermind champion depends on the next 2 minutes. And you've got to beat old MacAuley there. That's what you've got to do.
All right.
Let's see if you can do it. Here we go. Who described his boxing style as float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
Muhammad Ali.
Yes. Which famous Italian opera singer, one of the three tenors, died, age 71, at his home in Modena in September 2007?
Pavarotti.
Yes. The large African antelope, the wildebeest, has what three-letter alternative name?
Pass.
The 2013 film The Fifth Estate, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, is about Julian Assange, the founder of a controversial website. What's the name of that website?
WikiLeaks.
Yep. Whose third novel for adults, The Red House, was first published in 2012?
Mark Haddon.
Yes. The British Colonel T.E. Lawrence was known by what name because of his victories in the Middle East during
Lawrence
the
of
First
Arabia.
World War? Lawrence of Arabia is correct. Which American rock band that takes its name from its lead singer first topped the UK album charts in 1988 with New Jersey?
Bon Jovi.
Yes. In painting, what natural substance is most commonly used instead of oil to mix powdered pigment in the medium known as tempera?
Egg.
Yes, egg yolk. The town of La Linea lies at the crossing point from Spain to which territory?
Italy.
Gibraltar. Which tennis player was warned by the umpire during his 1992 Wimbledon final after a television viewer phoned in to complain that he had been swearing in Serbo-Croat?
Djokovic.
No, Ivanisevic. Which English poet and novelist who was born in 1840 created the characters Eustacia Vi, Tess Derbyfield and Sue Bridehead?
Pass.
What is the surname of Peter and his son Dan, who have co-presented a number of television programmes on history and, in particular, on battlefield?
Snow.
Yes. The dog known as a puggle is a cross between a pug and what other dog?
Beagle.
Yep. In which country is the town of Gouda, where Gouda cheese was first made?
Holland.
Yes. What collective name that comes from the Old English for good tidings is used for the 4 books of the New Testament that tell of the life, death and resurrection of Jesus Christ?
Pass.
Which Atlantic island gives its name to knee-length shorts originally worn by British soldiers who were stationed there?
Pass.
In music, what is the name of the sign that, when it's placed next to a note, raises its pitch by a semitone?
Quaver.
Sharp. Which aviator born in Hull in 1903 became the first woman to fly solo from England to Australia?
Amy Johnson.
Is correct. 4 passes. Bermuda is where the shorts come from, as it were. You'll hate yourself with this one. Gospels. Yeah, I know.
You're going to get struck down.
Yes, probably. Yeah. Thomas Hardy was the writer, and again, you knew that. And the wildebeest is also known as a gnu. Okay. Mark, give a total of 23 points. Quite a round, quite a competition. Let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 15 points, Georgia Henshaw. 3rd place with 16 points, Charles Collingwood. 2nd place, 21 points, Fred MacAuley. 1st place, 23 points, Mark Billingham. Mark, come and join us. Congratulations, and there it is. Wow.
OK.
I was just thinking, you might use the murder weapon.
It is a murder
That's
weapon.
what you were thinking, wasn't it?
Yeah, look at that. You could do some damage with that.
So we can expect that to appear in the next novel.
There's every chance.
Excellent.
There's every chance.
Good. Fame at last. We've broken
Thank you.
through. Congratulations. Well
you.
done. You don't have to be a celebrity or a writer to take part in the regular Mastermind programme. If you would like to appear in the next series on BBC Two, then do please visit us online at bbc.co.uk/mastermind, or you can follow us on Twitter at Mastermind Quiz. Either way, do join us again for more Celebrity Masterminds. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.